Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. Thank you for listening to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast for however long you've been a listener. I'm pleased to announce that you've downloaded the podcast more than 1 million times, and that's a huge milestone. In celebration of achieving 1 million downloads, we're going to be holding a contest in the next week with lots of amazing prizes. The draw will be held on November 1st, and the lucky winners will be announced on the 1st. We have all kinds of prizes, including signed copies of my book, Magnetic Capital. We have Real Estate Espresso Podcast coffee mugs. You can listen to the show in the morning over your morning coffee. And if you listen to the podcast out on a walk or at the gym, we've got prizes of some amazing stainless steel water bottles. To enter, send an email to contest@victorjm.com. That's contest@victorjm.com. On today's show, we're talking about hunting versus farming. Hunters go out in the morning, they catch their prey, they cook a big meal, and they eat for a day, maybe longer. But the work of producing the food magically happens somewhere else. The same is true for fishermen. They catch their prey, but they don't nurture it or do any of the hard work over a longer period of time to actually produce the food. They simply go out and catch it. They might lure it in, they might trap it, they might happen across it and tackle it to the ground. Hunters are transactional. They're opportunists. Farmers, on the other hand, work in harmony with nature. They know that you can't grow anything anywhere. There are certain locations that are better suited for one type of crop versus another. You're not going to grow rice in the rainforest, and you're not going to get maple syrup in the desert. If you want to make great tomatoes, you're looking for a unique combination of soil composition, rainfall, and sunshine. There's a season for planting, there's a season for weeding, and there's a season for harvesting. You wouldn't dream of planting seeds as the weather gets colder in the fall, and you wouldn't dream of harvesting in May in the Northern Hemisphere. There's a season for everything. And by now, you're probably wondering what this has to do with real estate investing. Well, there are hunters and farmers in real estate investing as well. You know the hunters. They're the ones with the business cards that say, "We buy houses." They're looking for deals below market value, and they're going to flip the contract to another buyer for an assignment fee. And they're pretty transactional. They eat for a day, maybe a week, but then they got to go do it all over again. And there's nothing wrong with being a hunter. Just understand that hunting is an earned income approach. It requires you to get up off the sofa and go out into the wild and hunt your prey. And if you don't hunt, you don't eat. There are farmers in real estate investing as well. They might be involved in new construction. Farmers are long-term landlords. Farmers focus on value creation over a long period of time. Farmers invest in properties years before they expect to harvest. Well, real estate investing has seasons as well. There are seasons for planting. There are seasons for harvesting. And that doesn't mean you need to sit idle when the seasons are changing. Right now, I believe we're in a season for harvesting. You could also be looking past the current season and be planting for harvest in 5 to 7 years from now. But if your goal is to work the earth like crazy, slam seeds into the ground, water every hour, and hope to harvest in a few weeks, you're probably going to be disappointed. Farming doesn't work that way. We know that better opportunities are just around the corner. Waiting can be incredibly frustrating. It seems like inaction. It feels like analysis paralysis. You would never tell a farmer to get off their butt and get out in the field and start planting new seeds in the autumn. It doesn't make any sense. The seasons are pretty clear. When I speak with established investors and developers who understand the economic cycle, they're very clear on those seasons as well. You can start a project that'll complete in another 2 years or even 5 years, but a project that is projected to complete in the next 6 months is incredibly risky. You stand the chance of being caught out of step with the seasons. And even hunters need to pay attention to the seasons. There's a hunting season. You don't hunt for deer in March. There's a season for hunting as well. You can still undertake projects in today's environment. You just need to be mindful of being in harmony with the season. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.